Hello, I'm A.J. Hammer in New York with big news breaking tonight and sad news. The death of Davy Jones. We got the tragic news that Davy Jones, who starred in the iconic 1960s TV series The Monkees, the show that made the band a worldwide music phenomenon, died today, apparently from a heart attack. Davy Jones was 66 years old, and his death really brought back a flood of memories today for the much-loved lead singer of the Monkees. With me tonight from Hollywood, Showbiz Tonight's Nichelle Turner. With me in New York, Inside Edition correspondent Megan Alexander. Guys, I had the great pleasure of hosting a concert with the Monkees when they first got together several years ago. And the one thing I vividly remember about Davy Jones, he was the spectacularly nice and positive guy. And I cannot overstate what a frenzy the Monkees and Davy Jones created back in the 60s. I mean, think about Justin Bieber today times 10. Megan, this death of Davy Jones has really hit home for so many people, so unexpected and shocking.
Oh, absolutely. The Monkees were all-American, family-friendly entertainment. AJ, I can't tell you how many times I've explained to people that my middle name is Jean because of the song.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. Cheer Up, Sleepy Jean,
No
Daydream
kidding.
Believer. Yeah, so, I mean, and you're right. I mean, they're all known to be wonderful people, and how neat that must have been for you to do that concert. He was the Justin Bieber of his day, and very talented. You know the backstory, of course, on their show is that they were trying to capitalize on the fame of the Beatles. They create this show called The Monkees, and they not only become a TV sensation, but do indeed go on to have music hits as a group called The Monkees. I mean, it's a really neat story.
Yeah, it was so wildly popular, and for me, when they got together and did this little reunion show that I hosted, I had never thought in my wildest dreams I'd be introducing the Monkees on stage, but they would get together from time to time and do these shows, and they always sounded as good as ever. And it happened to be right at the base of where the Twin Towers once stood. So it was really quite a strong memory for me. But remembering Davy Jones and just what a good guy he was is something that always stood out to me. And Nichelle, what's your take today on why this has really resonated truly across generations, because they remain a best-selling band to this day?
Absolutely. You know, AJ, one of the things that I noticed today, just kind of perusing the internet and Davy Jones fan sites, that people said exactly what you just mentioned. The nicest person you'd ever meet. You know, he was still touring up until recently, and a lot of his fans were saying, you know, Davy Jones, after every concert, would stay and talk to us and take pictures with us, and he was just so lovable, and he loved his fans. And to be perfectly honest, you know, he was still a bit of a dreamboat, and ladies love that dreamboat kind of good kid looks, and just really like a special guy. So that's why it's resonating so much with fans.
Yeah, and the thing, you know, you mentioned Dreamboat. I'm not going to speak to that, but what I'll say is he was so young at heart, and that's why I think this is all the more shocking. Usually, you know, if somebody is a star early in their life, early in their career, and they age gracefully perhaps, but Davy was one of these guys who didn't seem to age. Obviously, there's been a lot of outpouring, and Showbiz Tonight has been hearing from all of Davy's fellow members of the Monkees. I want to read to you what Mickey Dolenz posted on his Facebook page today. Here's what Mickey is saying. Still can't believe it. Still in shock. Had bad dreams all night long. My love and prayers go out to Davy's girls and family right now. We also heard from Peter Tork. He took to Facebook as well, and here's what he said. It is with great sadness that I reflect on the sudden passing of my longtime friend and fellow adventurer Davy Jones. His talent will be much missed. His gifts will be with us always. My deepest sympathies for Jessica and the rest of his family. Adios to the Manchester Cowboy. Peace and love from Peter T. Just as Paul McCartney was then referred to as the cute Beatle. I mean, we were just talking about this a moment ago. He was the cutest monkey of them all by everybody's accounts.
Oh my gosh, and do you remember in those episodes when he would see a cute girl and his eyes would twinkle? They'd have these little stars in his eyes. I mean, I think women all across the world, stars in their eyes when you see Davy Jones still to this day. Do you agree with me, Nichelle?
Stars, I just realized later in life, those weren't real.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was a lot of fun.
So many good mornings watching the Monkees on TV. So many memories.
Megan, Nichelle, I thank you both. And now a Showbiz exclusive. James Cameron's